Another something that I'm into. This is my bike, Blue. What it is it's a 1967 Schwinn Cosmopolitan. Used to be a 12-speed, right? But 4 years ago, when I found this bike frame, and it did have this original rack right here, this part right here. This is the original rack that came with it. I found this bike frame in the junk pile over at the local bike co-op called the Rusty Spoke here in Phoenix. Right? We decided to turn it into a conversion bike. Now, it's gone through, a few permutations and mutations, but this is basically what it is now. Like I said, it's a Schwinn. This is an old school. This is one of the ones that was made in Chicago, right? It has the crank set off of a 3G Fixie bike with a 48 tooth chainring. It's got a freewheel, 16 tooth, right, off of a GT 20-inch BMX bike. It also has, off of that same BMX bike, right, the aluminum block stem and the handlebars, right, and the newest piece on this are the brakes. Right. We got these brakes because the other brake set was just totally shot. It wouldn't stop me at anything, and my friend was afraid, and my old lady was afraid that I was going to die. So they went ahead and bought me these brakes. These things are awesome. It uses this old brake lever that's actually turned upside down. It's not supposed to be, right? And I got 700C wheels, right? My rim width is 19/23. And it's got these really good, right, Robey, right, tires on it, and saying they're really good, right? It's got a Phil Wood Super Duty, one of them really good, heavy duty hubs with the bearings and all that stuff. This thing's really cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, I added this basket to it, to the original rack right here, so that I can have a little bit of, transportation thing, right? And I got one of these Bitsy seats. This one's a little bit worse for wear, but this is the thing that's happened. As you can see, my seat post here is a little crooked. Okay, what happened there is that me and my friend were riding one night, and we were way down in this bad part of town, and we were zooming along, and somebody was in the middle of the way, and I ended up driving off of the curb, right, when I didn't want to, and my seat post bent. But believe it or not, it's actually bent just right, where I actually get really good pedaling power out of it, right? Now, the pedals, these are old and worn out, probably need bearings, These things were like 14 bucks off of eBay. They're saying they've been on here since day one, right? We just went not too long ago, a couple months ago, and had a new kickstand put in it because the old kickstand, the little triangle thing that's inside here, wore out, and the kickstand would keep falling down. Right, so this is a brand new one, $60 worth, right? The weakness of this bike is this rear hub. Now it's one of them flip-flop hubs. It's one of them ones that you can screw the fixie gear on this side and the free hub on this side. But as you can see, it's pretty small. It flexes a lot, and sometimes it gives me problems when I'm trying to really crank on it and pedal, right? But that, it is what it is. I don't have the money to replace it. I definitely don't have money like I do for this one. Right? This one is cost a lot. But anyways, this is what a conversion bike is, right? We built this bike 3-4 years ago, when they were really hot here in Phoenix, and everybody was riding one, and I just needed a bicycle. The mountain bike that I was using at that time was worn out. It was done. We tried a bunch of different ways to make it work, but it just wouldn't. Gears wore out. Right? You can see that it's pretty rusty. I'm a big fan of patina. I love it. I love the way my bike looks. It's a big deterrent to a lot of people trying to steal it, because what they really don't know is that this is a really good fast bike. Yeah, it looks like a hodgepodge of a bunch of parts all put together. But you know what? This thing is awesome. Right? It's called Blue. Right? It's rusting every eye. I took the file to it. This is just primer paint that's put on it. I just put it on, scrape it off, let it rust. Scrape off some more, let it rust. It's really good. My gears here, I got a 48 and a 16. Which equates to like 96 gear inches or 94 gear inches or something like that. All you bike heads know what that means. All I know is that every time I make one revolution of my crankshaft, I move forward like 6 or 8 feet. Right? I can get going really good on this thing. Right? Zooming along. Right? Conversion bikes. They're cool. They're smooth. Right? Give you a little bit of style. Thank you.